Alright, so here is a guide on how to play the new and improved shieldstack team. So first off, obviously you need a demon, preferably shackle 4 onwards, but the key shackle in this case is shackle 3, so that demon actually gets a faster shield scaling, whereas shackle 4 is actually the more preferred shackle to have for this variation of shield stack in order to allow um like easier outs, because sometimes you'll be risking it on time. And the last one is obviously shackle 5 would be very useful to have for extra shields. And the crime bands that you use in this case is Dreamflower, City, and Rift Palace. So even though Spawn actually gives more HP stats compared to Rift Palace, there's one downside of Spawn, that is it will help you recover HP, and this is actually going to affect how his ECB and how his passive 2 works, where for every 20% HP demon loses, he will have increased shield efficiency. So you want him to be at as low of a HP as possible in order to gain this shield effect increase, and this can stack up to 4 times, which means it can increase up to about 50% increase in shield efficiency. So this is actually a very uh sort of nitpicky thing, which if you use something like Spawn, it will increase his HP, but in exchange you also have to you'll also be risking the chance of consuming you also be like basically gaining back HP. Yeah. And then comes the other problem, which is if you run another Endura on the team. For example, in shieldstack burn, you'll be running Lee Chen to be consuming her, and a yeah, that's basically it for the other shieldstack variations. So if you run Lee Chen, Spawn's effect of that extra HP will not work, because this extra 20% HP is basically useless. It does not tend to infect, and it will just give you the stat of the 10% HP over here. Whereas for something like Rift Palace, it is basically the same if you have another Endura on the team, but in this case you also reduce the attacker's damage by 8%, which means demon gets more shooting due to lesser damage taken. So if you are going to run some other variation, like for example, you play shieldstack Nella instead, so you would have no other Endura on the team. You can actually use Spawn in the spot of Rift Palace, and in this case, in order to prevent Demon from gaining back the HP, you'll just be leaving him where he is at all times. So the blue circle that strikes down, which is this one, the blue circle that strikes down, you would not be able to move demon away to dodge the attack then comes back. So for the sinners that are within this 3x3 of demon, you would have to move those sinners away instead to prevent them from getting too many stacks and then basically stunning themselves. So that's the crime bands for demon. Then next up would be LL. So in shieldstack team, you will use either a demon or a LL assist, and this is to allow for both demon and LL to have Dreamflower equipped. So LL will be using Dreamflower along with Inversion, and this is basically to increase the frequency of your outs to help demon stack faster. Yeah. And then towards the end of the fight, after demon casts his final shield at about 0.11 seconds left, you would spam all your LL outs on the main DPS, which in this case is Yao, due to shield stack burn. And then the last sinner that makes this combination of crime band possible is actually Zichuan, and this is due to her ability of the mortal formation, which increases the energy recovery speed, and also preferably if you have you would want shackle on her, and this allows for demon to regain his out without needing inversion, and so this actually helps him in giving more shield due to the HP effects of the other crime bands, since his shield scales based off his own HP. And for the crime bands, there's actually no restriction on anything. You can just run Zichuan on whatever you need in the team. So you can run something like Nomad. You can also run something like Sundered Chasm if you have enough tendencies to stack it. You can run something like not Afterglow because you already have a lot of attack from demon. You can also run something like another inversion if you want to, so that you can get more outs in that same time period. And for me, I run Paradise to help with breaking, and in the event that your team actually has enough core breaks, you can just run Zichuan on any other support crime band. Yeah, so that's basically the general idea of the team, and then you just have the remaining 3 teammates as the baseline for your DPS and buffers. So because you're playing shield stack with a Zichuan variation, especially if you have a ECB3 Zichuan, you will want at least the main DPS or even the enabler of the team. For example, in a team of Nella, you would want someone like Zero to be the one that eats back the energy recovery from Zichuan. So this would allow for more outs, meaning more damage. So for something like shield stack burn, because Yao doesn't really eat the energy recovery as easily, you have something like melee to take over that so-called job and basically become the second funnel for Lore's ECB. Yeah. And so for something like shield stack Nella instead, you would have Nella becoming the battery for Lore's ECB, and then for someone like Zero, you would just be the one that eats the Zichuan out recovery. Yeah, so that's basically the general idea of this team. So you have 3 flexible slots and 3 somewhat fixed slots, especially if you want to play demon with this specific set of crime bands. So a normal shield stack team will actually have both him and Lore on inversion, whereas this one requires a Zichuan, which means that, well, it's actually preferred if you play a elemental damage team, which currently in this case is only Yao, because shield stack Xiaofeng is actually quite a bad idea, as Xiaofeng would consume chief energy instead, which means that LL in this team is actually quite bad, and there's no other way that you can regen your chief energy, which basically means that you should not be considering playing Xiaofeng in shield stack. Yeah. And then now we'll move on to a demo on how to play the team, and that video would not have a voiceover because it's a pre-recorded video where I was testing and I got it to work, so it will just have like text floating around on it to basically explain how the team works. Yeah.
Plum branch snapped. Jade shattered. Cleanse this world with this power.
Past me.
My sincere love for you. Plum branch snapped. Jade, my sincerest love for you.
Get past me.
紧急释放。
Get past me.
My sincerest love for you. Plum branch, my sincerest love. 紧急释放。
Get past me.
紧急释放。
Get past me.
Plum branch, my sincerest love for you. 紧急释放。
Get past me.
紧急释放。
Get past me.
Plum branch, my sincerest love for you. 紧急释放。 紧急释放。
Get past me.
紧急释放。 Plum branch, my sincerest love for you.
Get past me.
Plum branch, my sincerest love for you.
Get past me.
Plum branch, my sincerest love.
Get past me.
紧急释放。
Get past me.
My sincere love for you. Plum branch, my sincere love. 紧急释放。 My sincere.
Enemy targets cleared. Operation still on. Stay